Ooh, my head's really big. All right, so these are the instructions for how I want you to fill out the very last thing you will need to do for my class, which is learning how to use one of our research databases. So the project is called Research Project, but you will also do well if you have this topic from from topic to question. If you typed this out, I think it could work really well. Um, so I have it here. I did it on non-alignment because at the time nobody had selected that as a topic. So if you have this topic, it's going to be really good. So then what you're going to do then is go to the assignment research project topic, and you're going to follow a link to make a Google Doc form right here. And then you'll make a copy of it. So I will do that. Make a copy. And as I'm copying it, so this is the basically the sheet you need to complete to do the project. And so the way the sheet works is that you need to find 4 articles relevant to your topic. Then you need to pick 2 of those articles and do a deep dive into them by looking at articles that 3 articles that are cited by each of those 2 articles. I'm calling them Article A and Article B. Here's Article B. And then finally, what articles are that JSTOR says are related. So if you can find an article, and then you can then use that, either JSTOR will make recommendations for how other articles can help you solve or are also on your topic, or you can also look at you can look at who's citing that article and what article what articles are cited in the article that you have to help you out. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then so what we'll do then is so we've made a copy of that. The next thing we're going to do is go to JSTOR. Now, so if you click on this link, it takes you to the text analyzer. The very first thing you need to do, I'm going to log out here. So it'll say Bellarmine Prep here. You want to have your name here. So if you don't have an account, which is going to be most of you, you'll click register and then register with Google. I have an account. I'm going to log in. There we go. Okay, so now if you did the document as a type where you typed it out, you can then simply add that to your computer. So I'm gonna that right here. It'll read the document for you, and it'll analyze and look for and generate recommendations for articles that you can use. Oh, I don't know why it keeps making this musical tropes thing, but it loves the musical tropes. So these are a list of results, and you can then tweak these. Most of you, though, have not done that. So what you'll do is you'll just need to go to your regular JSTOR page, and then notice here, one of the things I want you to do is to put in a summary. Or the abstract. So what we're going to do, an abstract is a fancy word for a summary. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to advanced search. And then I'm going in my search terms. So I'm going to look at articles. And the term I'm going to look up here is Arab nationalism. So in the field I'm going to look for is in the abstract. So I want articles that have an abstract, which means they have a summary that is already in them. And then we can just go to it. We can just search from there, and it'll bring up here. I have 160 results. There are other words you can try to search for, but that one will work. So, and then the nice thing about this is that it's a journals, but then I want it to be from history journals, because there's all kinds of stuff. There's scientific journals on this. There's everything. So history, and now I have 30 articles. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to the date. some of these really old articles they don't cite sources like from back in the 60s. So I'm just going to go 1990 to 2024 and apply that. There we go. So we dumped 2 articles that were really, really old. Okay, so now all of these articles are theoretically on my topic. I'm looking for like what was Arab nationalism. So, in opposition groups, images in France, class, nation, political organization. So far, I'm not liking a lot of these, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go back into my advanced search. And I'm just going to, because this is the code for abstract, I'm just going to change this. And I'm going to do, let's look up the country of Jordan, which is one of the Arab countries. Here. Get reconsidered. This one will work really well. So I'm going to click on it. This because you sadly don't have access to this, but it's really cool. So I'm going to come down. So the first thing I need to do is I just need to get the information. So I want the journal, the title, which is going to be right here. And now, let me split my screen here. The first thing I need, Article 1, is the title. So I'm going to paste the title in there, and I've given you this little this picture of what your JSTOR results look like, so that you can see the top thing is the title, author is written underneath there, the journal name is there, and the date is going to be somewhere in here. Sometimes the date will only be a year. Sometimes it'll be March because it depends on how many times a year the journal publishes an edition. So there's the article. Person's name is Cyrus Shui, so I'm gonna. And now when you're doing this on your iPad, you might not be able to. Sometimes that hot link will be too hot, so you may have to type this out. The name of the journal is International Journal of Mideastern Studies. Is August of 2023, and I'm just going to copy and paste that as well. Copy and paste the summary or the abstract. So I'm going to go here, abstract, and I'm going to put it in where it says summary, and then I want you to write your own. Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon are based on regional tensions of being sandwiched between Egypt and Iraq. Period. If you are reading for some reason off of something, this little voice typing tool is really handy. If you're on your iPad, you can also use the function right in the keyboard. So there's that. So then you'll find another article and do the same thing. And then you'll find a third article and a fourth article about your topic. So now, once we've done that, I want you to select 2 of those articles and do a little deeper dive. So the next thing we're going to do is from each of these articles, I want you to find 3 articles that are cited in them. So I'm in this article, and I'm going to look at the things that the article cites. So it looks like this article has endnotes and not footnotes. There's our notes. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. If it has footnotes, it'll be at the bottom of each page. If you go a couple of pages and you see numbers, don't see notes at the bottom of the page, just go right to the end of the document. So come on, be good to me. Journal article, a couple of things. Number 1, the title will be in quotation marks. So here's one from the Journal of Global History. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I can copy the title of the article. So my article A is, let me just grab that. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to put the same title. So copy the title of article 1, which will become article A. It's going to be the first word, or first 2 words here, inside of the article. Now, so you'll do that. I want 4 articles for each of the 2 that you selected. And the last thing is I want you to find related articles. So in JSTOR, let's go back up here. related text. So, and I'm looking formed studies, which does a lot of good history stuff. So now I found another article. So I can then let's go back. So same thing. So this is still Article A. Best thing we can do is look at this is specifically about how the Suez Crisis least are formed in tension with or opposition to the two major powers of Egypt and Iraq, period. This article explains why the Suez Crisis of 1957 and 1958 is the event that causes those countries to try to break away from the influence of Egypt and Iraq, period. How this article fits with the original article that it was related to. And what I'm doing is I'm just building. So when you're researching, you're trying to build and find connections. So really, once you find one article, you can use these tools to connect further. Now, the other thing that's cool is, so let's say, so this article is cited by other articles. So we can go back here. Or let's go back to the first one. So here's our first article. Now, and you can go, I know what I'm looking at why these little states are how their nationalism is about avoiding other strong Arab nations. And this is about the Suez Canal and that, and I can go and I can look to see if there are other articles that cite this article would probably also be about something similar. I'm going to go back. So that doesn't work. You notice you're going to fumble around and try to probably, or we can also then go look at the author's name. So what else has the author written about? And we can see, oh wait, that's my article. Huh, that's why I liked it. But you can related texts. Here we go. An American intervention. So, and here, Soviet relations. What I want you to do for the project. So I want you to, so by the end, you should have a list of a bunch of sources that you can then, you would then be able to decide, you could use to then create your own research paper. Good luck.